हमारा जो नेक्स्ट टारगेट है वो 10,000 सब्सक्राइबर का है। आप सब लोगों से स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट है कि प्लीज़ मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल को सपोर्ट करें 10,000 सब्सक्राइबर्स के लिए। और सपोर्ट तभी मुमकिन है जब आप लाइव मैच देखेंगे, लाइव स्कोर कार्ड का, और इसके साथ ही यूट्यूब चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब करेंगे। आप सब लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। हेलो फ्रेंड्स, उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप लोग सब खैरियत से होंगे। आप लोगों को अपने चैनल
Locals love their cricket. They will come out in their numbers.
Right after they come from church this morning, as you could see, they've gone in and prayed for the West Indies to have a clean sweep, something they last did back in 2014.
Length, pulled away. Another boundary square of the wicket. That should be indicative of this surface and the lengths required on this pitch.
It's a good pitch. You've got to be tight, and O'Shane Thomas has been tight this morning. But just like we've seen in Barbados, Balbirnie have been severe on the short ball. Look at that surface. Would you love to be playing on that, Darren Ganga?
This time from Balbirnie. Had the chance of interviewing Balbirnie on a number of occasions at the toss. Comes across as a very confident type person, tactically smart. Like to use the word cricketing acumen. Let's hear from him.
I want to be someone who leads from the front. I want to still try to be the best batsman in the team and lead with my runs, but I also want to lead the youngsters and sort of show them the ropes, because we've got a lot of youngsters who haven't played in much international cricket, so to be able to guide them into the squad and make sure that they, you know, develop as cricketers and people in the squad is also part of the role, and one that I'm looking forward to.
Yes, you know, captaincy is such an important role.
Gone! Nice diving capture by the fielder in extra cover, Evan Lewis, I think it was. This is an important wicket, another important wicket for the West Indies.
Another batsman getting a start and not capitalizing. Captain Balbirnie will not be happy with this dismissal, but Captain Pollard sure will be happy. Try to drive this one on the up. Excellent catch by Lewis. West Indies continue to pick up wickets. McCullum goes for 20. It's 33 for 2.
South Africa and England go head-to-head in the third test in Port Elizabeth. Sky Sports. Feel it all.
The situation today is very grave.
We need to recall Cobra immediately.
This is now a national emergency.
You are, Mr. Prime Minister. Yes, we are.
Guys, we already gave away over £2 million last season. In the interim, keep the prize at 250 grand.
18 plus. Entries by 3 o'clock Saturday. T's and C's apply.
Windies Cricket on Sky Sports. Sponsored by Sandals Resorts.
William Porterfield, also very good for Ireland with the bat. Significant contributor in terms of when they score good totals. He will be required to produce runs in this innings. Solid average of 30. 11 centuries as well. So he can convert starts, and that's been an issue with this Ireland batting.
Yeah, but that said, Darren, a few of them have gotten stats throughout the series, but no one have converted last ball of the power play.
Not intentional, but he will take it nonetheless. A couple runs to get off the mark for Porterfield. End of the first power play. It's 35 for 2.
That's the end of the first power play, gentlemen.
A significant drop in runs scored in power play 1 by Ireland as compared to the previous 2 one-day internationals. Ireland achieved 52 for 2 in those 2 matches. Today, 35 for 2. Credit must go to the West Indian bowlers and how they've contained this Ireland batting. Paul Stirling will be disappointed with his dismissal, so too McCullum. You know, he loves to stay on that back foot, so should have been conscious about that ball coming a little bit fuller, getting his weight forward, his head down, keeping the ball down on that drive. Not to be today.
And that's good for the West Indies. Normally, Joseph would be the one making the breakthrough. Shane Thomas in his first game in this series, a touch fuller. You know, Lewis anticipating really well. Brilliant catch in the end. But for the first time this series, Alzhiri Joseph doesn't get a wicket in the first over.
Spoke about the lack of runs scored by Ireland in this first power play. Those which were scored, primarily scored square of the wicket through the onside, through the offside. The beauties from the West Indian fast bowler, in particular for Shane Thomas. That was the first wicket for Stirling. And then McCullum.
Brilliant shot there by Porterfield, just whipping this one off the pad. Will it go to the boundary? No. Brendan King cleaning up on the boundary over on the east side. Porterfield, I say he looks good so far. Looking to capitalize on a really good cricket pitch. Slip coming out. Captain Pollard taking himself from first slip going into the mid-wicket region. Short mid-wicket. As the square leg goes down to the boundary. Could it be a short ball?
We know all about the beauty of Grenada. One of the 6 islands in the Grenadines. But this Grenada National Stadium is also very beautiful. A view from the hills, the nearby hills. Just zooming in. Darbo Hills, to be specific.
$39 for 2 after 11 overs.
Romario Shepherd will be the new bowler, changing ends. If you followed this one-day series, 2 matches previously played in Barbados, we spoke about the conditions and the pitch there, and the bounce, which was an offer. Very significant in terms of what transpired with the fast bowlers. In our preview of this match, we spoke about this pitch. And the bounce here, fairly consistent to what we saw in that last one-day international match against England back in 2019. Always important for teams and players to assess the pitch conditions and let that inform whether you're a batsman, the manner in which you go about scoring runs on the surface, or even as a bowler, the right length that you bowl. And you often hear about coaches talking about the right length. It's that length that hits the top of off stump. Yeah, very consistent in terms of what transpired in the bounce in 2019 and today.
I told you Ken Crafton is one of the best. You know, he hails from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. And it's a beautiful view there. Grenada, as Ian Bishop said earlier, we live near the Granans Beach, the Kirani James Stadium, right next to this cricket stadium. But you're right, Ganga. If probably a slight difference today, it's a touch quicker, just a touch quicker. It comes on to you just maybe a fraction of a second quicker. But it's testy. It just shows you that Ken Crafton knows what he's doing. And when we talk about the quality of the wicket, where there's runs in, the bounces through, batsmen could play the shots.
Good short delivery. I also think it's a credit to the curator, to the ground staff here. Last international match would have been against England in 2019. Very little first-class cricket played at this venue, but yet still able to produce a first-class international pitch, and the conditions here pristine.
Nice. Nutmeg on the Grenada flag. $39 for 2 after over number 12. Mario Shepherd in his first game this series. A beautiful day here in Grenada. You do much mountain climbing, Ganga?
Nice volcanic peaks in Grenada. Darren Sammy asking me about mountain climbing. Did a bit of rappelling. Going down the mountain, Darren Sammy.
How did you get up?
Had no choice but to climb. I enjoy hiking. fact, in Barbados, I had a chance to do a hash run.
Hiking in Barbados. Hash run. Oh.
I guess it's the ideal island to go trekking if you want to work on strength of your legs. Very steep peaks here because of the volcanic activities in the past. Was that part of your training regime? I know you're very fond of the pitons in St. Lucia. Ever climbed the pitons? Was that something that you did?
Yeah, I've done it once. I think it's, for me, coming from St. Lucia, it's something that you do once. You know, it's a steep climb. You know, many tourists come over, and that's on their to-do list.
Single, very slow going here with the bat for Ireland. First run after 12 balls. And so just to finish on a high in terms of climbing. They climbed Point Triyun in Dharamshala. Nearly 10,000 meters up.
Kudos to you. I don't think that would be me. I'll settle for the pitons in St. Lucia. Take about 2.5 hours to climb.
Alzarri Joseph, he's been the star with the ball for the West Indies in the last 2 one-day international matches. Exact same figures in both matches. This was the last one-day international match. 4 for 32. Sterling was the second wicket to fall. And Lorcan Tucker getting his hands too low. And Kevin O'Brien trying to pull this one. Not that short in length. And Cockrell making no mistake. Excellent over from Alzarri Joseph. 40 for 2.
Alzarri Joseph, really good series. My man of the series so far. But today it's been O'Shane Thomas making the breakthrough for them. The steep bounce he got in Barbados. You see the bowling card for West Indies. Thomas in his first game leading the way for 18. Mario Shepherd will be looking, keep it tight. There is signaling 1 for the over. I think you allowed 2 per over the shoulder. Maryland off to a slow start today.
Darren, we spoke about the conditions being good for batting and bowlers coming into focus. I think as a batsman as well, it's very important to respect spells from bowlers. And when bowlers are having a good day, I was a little bit disappointed in Paul Sterling because the impact that he has had in this Ireland batting, because it's giving himself room. Previous to this, he scored 1 run from 13 deliveries. And as a senior member of this team, they expected that he would just try to rotate the strike and get to the other end. He was struggling against O'Shane Thomas. When you look at what he's produced since 2019, a significant percentage of the runs scored by Ireland in one-day cricket. So if the West Indies at the start of this match could have gotten him out for a low score, that in itself will give them confidence of going on to win. Scores around 25% of the runs for Ireland in one-day cricket.
Yes, and you know, especially playing on a surface where everybody says it's good for batting, it becomes very important to not give your wicket away, especially for the Sterling, who I think is the leading run scorer for ODI cricket for Ireland. You know, his importance to this batting lineup. And on a pitch like that, like you said, Darren Ganga, if a bowler is having a good spell, you have enough time to make up. And Sterling is one of those batters who could change the game or the scoring rate within a couple overs. So he would be disappointed.
Nicely worked away. Good use of the wrists. Single to end the over. 42 for 2.
Talking about leading run scorers for Ireland, these two are the crease. Paul Sterling, William Porterfield, Kevin O'Brien.
Leading run scorers for Ireland. Paul Sterling already back in the pavilion. Spoke about his significance and why he should have just buy his time a little bit more out in the middle. Porterfield is there and he's due. Goes to show that the basics of the game remain. Sterling, in fact, should have been looking for a single, turning the strike over, especially in this format of the game. Both teams would want to improve
strong
on that
muscles,
dot ball percentage. Both teams over 50%. They absorb a lot of balls and don't score off them.
But this start is a much better start from the West Indies bowlers. We spoke about, yes, they've won both games, but the manner in which they started the inning in both games